What is going on, apes? I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Now, in this video, we're going to be giving a simple message to any ape that is holding shares or options in AMC. So make sure to hit that like button as well as subscribe to the channel and check out the links down below for the buy and sell alerts and get all the free stock your heart desires with those links down there. Now, with that being said, for everybody that owns AMC stock, this next upcoming week is going to be the week. I personally think this is going to be a make it or break it type week. You can see this from the option chain. You can see this from the technical analysis. We are setting up for a perfect bull run. Like I've said in previous videos, if we can break out the $60 range, then it looks like we could fly from here. And when you get a lot of these FOMO buyers coming in, one, that is good if you already own shares in AMC because you would be the one essentially selling them the shares, right? But I don't think you should sell your shares. I'm not a financial advisor, so do whatever you want. This is really only my opinions. I do think it's going to be an all-out war. It's going to be a battle. You're going to see big swings up and down. The best thing I have found personally is to take the emotions out of the equation. Go with the facts, and specifically in AMC's position, go with the technical analysis because these technical levels have proven to be very, very accurate in the future. Now, I just want to show you guys the quick levels real quick. I don't want to hone in on the technicals too much because that's pretty much what everybody has been doing over the weekends. But this $41 level, I mean, that's about $8 away, so I don't think we're going to get to that, but I would watch that for potential downside. Like I said, as far as potential upside, I would watch the $55 mark, the $60 mark, and then increments of 5 after that. If we start to get gas over the 65 and then to the 70, it'll look very good for a major run going ahead after that. Now, the main focus, guys, is just hold your shares. Hold the line. This is a war that we have going between the institutional investors and the retail investors, the hedgies, the ones doing all the shorting, trying to put all these businesses that we all love, and quite frankly, most of us have memories from these businesses, right? GameStop, AMC, they're trying to bankrupt these companies. Right now is not the time to sell out. Once we do get closer to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, that's when we're going to see a lot of this option chain and gamma actual hedging going on with AMC. So that is when I do think we will see the biggest moves. Obviously, Monday we're going to see a big move because we're going to have a lot of digestion from this weekend. We're going to have a lot of buyers coming in, but I do think AMC stock will rally massively. I even put out a $100 price target in the last video that I made. But regardless what happens, I simply don't think this is the end until we get this failure to deliver data that I have pretty much been pointing out in every single video, guys. We have failure to deliver data that has not came in from the second half of May, as well as now we are almost in the first half of June. Until we get this data, we really have no way of knowing how many naked short sellers are out there and how many shares have been failed to deliver, because quite honestly, the fact that SEC is withdrawing this information, they're not publishing this, and this is, I mean, 15 days, 14 days overdue now. So I do think there is probably about double or triple the short interest that is currently out there that exchanges are being reported. Ortex says it's about 12%. I do think that number is about 35 to 40%. So until we get this data, until we see the technicals start to go super bearish, which they look very bullish right now, until you see all these factors start to align, it's not the end for AMC. And I'm just a random guy just on YouTube. I wear a suit. I talk about stocks. I'm not educated to give you guys financial advice, so that is not this. But I do think the overall picture of AMC, there is much more to come. This is really an ego battle, right? The hedgies don't want to lose. They don't want to cover their positions where they're down 4, 5, 600% depending when they got in, right? Or maybe less than that, but still anything over 100%, that's quite ridiculous. So they don't want to cover their positions. It's really an ego battle. We are holding the line, at least most of us. So I do think if any time ever you were going to hold the line and hold your positions, tomorrow and throughout this week is definitely going to be that. I think we'll see a lot of explosive ups and downs, right? Like we seen back here, $77, and then the next day it literally fell down to $37 was the low tick on this candle. So it's going to get very, very insane. I do think we're obviously going to see more buying power going in, but even if we see selling power coming in, you're really going to have to watch the technicals. And if you want to stay up to date with the technicals and everything that is going on with AMC stock, make sure to hit that subscribe button, guys. But that is pretty much all I have for this video. This is the ultimate war. This is the battle that has been long overdue between hedge funds and institutions. Now, I only own about 300 shares, but I am holding this until well after the squeeze is done. I really have no intention on ever selling my shares. This is a moment. This is a monument. When the history books are written, they are going to say the retail investors, they held the line. They changed the financial institution forever. So that is basically this video, guys. If you have options, though, I just want to touch on this real quick. Don't hesitate to take profits on this, or I mean, you're not really hurting the cause here because they do expire worthless. It really comes down to your own risk tolerance. If you can't afford to risk the amount of money you have in options, I would probably take some fat tendies if you have them, or cut losses, whatever the case is. I don't really suggest cutting losses, and none of this is a recommendation. Do whatever you want. I really don't care what you do. The ultimate goal is to make money regardless of what actually happens this week, right? But with options, it's a little bit different. So if anybody else won't tell you this, feel free to take profits. I think a lot of the other big YouTubers would tell you the same thing as I am. A lot of other small guys are going to play you off silly, but options are different than shares. Maybe even turning your options profits into shares. That is pretty much what I've been doing, and that is a great strategy as well. So that is going to wrap up this video. I will see you guys later in the next video. Get ready for war. It's going to be an all-out battle. Try to take the emotions out of it. I'll see you guys later. Take care.